Alright, welcome back to part 8 of making an overlay for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Tournaments. So last time we left off with this. Now I'm going to be adding some more subtle details, such as adding a microphone icon next to the commentator names. I'm also going to check whether I can have commentators with crews in their names, so let's have a look. First thing I wanted to do was go over here and copy this code so that I can have icons. So I think font faces in CSS, you usually do them at the very beginning. Not really sure why. And I'll probably just take the font from streamedit.com, or since we're on the local version, I might just copy this. Hopefully that'll work. Now we can use icons. So the first icon I wanted to find out was the commentary icon, the microphone. So I've got that here already. Let's find out where I can put that. Commentators. Probably around here. Okay. Not sure if that margin's gonna be appropriate, but we'll find out. Let's find out whether it even shows up in the first place. Alright, looks like I haven't set the font face or the font family for this, so font family is Font Awesome. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay, so it looks like we do have a little microphone icon up there. It's a little too far to the left at the moment. What would happen if we were to change these commentator names anyway? These players both have a crew. It looks like the crew names do work, which is good. But let's see if we can reposition the microphone icon slightly. So it also looks kind of hard to tell what it even is at this size. It might even be worth having like a headset icon instead. Let's have a look. Okay, if we zoom all the way in, that is one tiny icon. Keep on pressing the wrong shortcut keys. That's the one I wanted. Okay. Ugh, stop it. What have I done? Okay. Let's inspect this. So I think something that's going on here is probably don't even need to have an extra margin on the right because it's already plenty of distance. I need to have a small margin on the left, I think. To separate it from the edge of the screen. Yeah, it's really hard to tell what it even is at that size. We'll have a look and see if we can find any other icons. So if I search for headset, I wonder if anything will come up. Well, we have a headset icon, so let's see how that looks compared to the microphone icon. Here's the code that I need. Let's see how that looks. And I'll change this from margin right to margin left. That might be even worse than the microphone icon, because it doesn't even look that much like a headset. It's really hard to tell what this stuff is when it's so small. Let's switch back to the microphone for now. Is there a different microphone icon? There's microphone alt. So that's what it looks like here compared to this one. I kind of doubt that will make it easier to see. We can try it. I just have to remember which one's which. I don't know, does that look any better? It looks almost no different, honestly. Man. Actually, it might even be better, honestly. I'll keep this one for now, because it's kind of like shaded in the actual microphone part and not the stand. I could try to make the font size bigger, but I think that'll kind of defeat the purpose of staying within that black box. So now I'll just probably make it a little further away from the edge of the screen. Maybe 1%. Seems okay. Let's have a look at the preview. Yeah, I don't know whether I'm just used to the microphone icon now, but it kinda works. It's good enough for now. Okay, what else is on the agenda to do? Okay, so one thing I haven't done is handled when I have a timer that counts down to the round. So if I were to turn that on, go over here and enter in a start time, which is like, let's say 9 PM. It doesn't show up at all. Is that because I've told it not to show up somewhere? I don't think so. Maybe it's just below the round name instead of beside it. So what I'm going to do is check my old layout code and find where the timer is being set. Okay, so I have a few lines here. I think that will help to show the timer next to the round name. So that'll get a single round, and that will get the round name, I think. Anyway, let's see if that works now. Nope. Let's see if the timer is showing up. Okay, so it should be. But it's, for some reason, it's above the round name instead of below. That's very strange. So I've set the round name to display inline, I think. Oh, did I not save it? I don't think I saved it. That might help. I was wondering why it wasn't working at all. And it's still not working? Okay, so I do have display inline there. Could be because I'm styling the round name instead of just the rounds. Yeah, I think that's what's going on here. So I'm going to copy this. Find and replace, and instead of just the round name, I'm going to style the whole round. I think that should help. hopefully. Okay. So I have it all mostly working now. If I zoom in here, you can see I have winners round 15 in the timers there, so that's good. Problem is that I have the best of value because it's supposed to be winners round 1 and I have best of 5. So the best of value needs to be deleted, so let's stop that from showing up. So I think if I just say rounds name, the very thing I just removed from everything now needs to be added specifically to this line. And also I can do the same thing with a timer. Okay, hopefully that should work. It looks like I need to adjust this slightly then. So I need to make this display inline. So rounds direct child and round. Save that. Now refresh. Nope, that didn't help. Why didn't that work? Because I've got display block here, but I'm trying to set it to display inline right here. So, did it save properly? I don't see why it shouldn't have. Yeah, that's not the issue. Is this set to display inline? It is. Why isn't this set to display inline? What about this? That is also not. And this should be display none, which it is. That's good. That's a start. Okay, what if I were to set this to display inline here? Okay, that still doesn't help for some reason. Do I have to do it to the child as well? Looks like I have to do it to both. That's interesting. So not only the round, but also the round name. Does this work? Still doesn't work. For some reason this query here is not targeting what I... Oh. now I see what's going on. There we go, okay. That should work now. Okay, so now the timer works, very good. Cool. A little too much space on the left side of the round when it's this long, but the timer's not really going to be there during gameplay anyway, so it should be fine. Okay, what else can we do? Okay, another thing I wanted to take a look at is if I set the player to someone who's from Queensland. Flair, yes. My favourite Queensland player, Flair. And refresh. It still shows their Queensland icon, which is kind of unnecessary if I'm gonna have that icon there for like every single player on every single weekly. So I might just write something to say if they're from Queensland, then hide their state icon. So where have I got the state icons anyway? So I want to have it for the game scene only, probably. So down here. So in game. The location. If it's a specific value. So I think I have that in my old layout actually. So here it is. So if the value is set to AU Queensland for the image, then don't display it, which is down here. So let's see if that worked. Okay, so it's gone. It's a good start. And Poppet's icon's still there, because he's not from Queensland, so that's very good. So a problem I've been having with this layout is that whenever I change the data, it doesn't transition properly because I want like multiple transitions. So I suppose we can try to change that. Also, that's a lot of padding on the left side of the round there. I wonder what's going on there. Because the microphone icon's kind of like telling everything to be further to the left now. Yeah, that's a lot of padding, so let's find wherever this is in my code. Nowhere, apparently. Probably because it's split up over new lines. Where is the padding? Here it is. So I want the padding right to be quite large. But the padding left should be a lot smaller. Interesting. Maybe both of the padding should be smaller. So what happens if I remove the start time anyway? Now it looks kind of weird. However, if I make both of the padding small, I think it could look okay. Maybe something like 4. I think I should keep it the way I had it before, where they were equal on the left and the right sides, but we'll make it smaller. Actually, I think the left padding should be slightly smaller, but not this much smaller. Let's try this. Okay, that looks pretty good. What happens if it's like a really small round name, like Pools? Kind of gets dwarfed by the commentators now. How does it look in the preview? Okay. I forgot, do I have a transition for the round name? So if I change this, no, I don't have a transition for it. That's kind of lame. I thought I did. I think for now I might have a look at the transitions because I want to get them working again. Okay. Oh, interesting. So the changing class is added to the round name specifically, which means that I don't think I can add a transition to the parent. Okay. Stuff it. I'm just gonna make all of the transitions transition with the opacity instead. Save that. Let's check out the preview now. So now hopefully I can change things and now transition properly. There we go. The width of the element doesn't transition properly, which kind of sucks. Yeah, I can't really see a way in which I can detect a change in the child element and then have it affect the parent element. I think that's a limitation of CSS and the way I've structured the StreamEdit overlay at the moment, so might have to look into a solution for that later. Let's change player names. Interesting, so the crew name, the crew hasn't changed, despite the fact that player 4, he's not on the 411. So I can't remember how I changed that. How I stopped that from happening in my original layout. Let's see if I can have a look for it. Probably change the scene, hey? And I'm really not sure what's going on here, actually. Let's see what I've got for the changing class. Okay. So they're both set to 0.5 seconds. I think this is exactly the same as I have over here. Yeah. The opacity is 0. It's set to important. I wonder if that'll change anything. Oh, I think I see what might be going on here, because the crew abbreviation already has a lower opacity, and so if I don't override it, then it will stay there even when I change the player name. So, well, first I think I have to refresh this. So let's go back to Mr. L. It's part of the 4-on-1, and let's also find someone who doesn't have a crew. And the 4-on-1 disappears. That's good. So the scores still seem to transition properly. What happens if I change it to crews? Does the scores still transition properly? Looks like it does. Good. What about the state icon? Yeah, that changes as well. It all changes perfectly fine. One problem I had with my old overlay is if I added an extra commentator or something. Not that there's can ever really be more than 2 commentators at a time anyway. But the width of the element, it doesn't transition very nicely. It just kind of like snaps in and out. But I might look at a solution for that later. I'm not really sure how to fix that at the moment. Anyway, let's add a commentator back. It's interesting, without a lot of padding on the round name at the moment, it looks kind of like it's dwarfed by the commentators. So what happens if I type in like Losers Quarters, which is a fairly long round name? It's still shorter than the commentators, so I think that's why I made it so big in the first place. So much padding. Maybe I should change it back. at least make it slightly bigger. Like 5 and 4. At least now it's kind of big enough to compete with the size of the commentators section. Let's have a look at the transition, see if that's still working. Oh, okay, so it looks like the commentator's crew name kind of falls apart when it switches to the commentator's scene. So also there's a location icon in the top left, or location name. I don't know what that's doing there. I thought I hid that from the beginning. So let's deal with this commentator's scene, I think. Okay, let's find out. Let's find out what's going on up here. So it looks like the stream location still exists. So let's get rid of that. So I want a direct child of the body location. I think that should fix the that world text in the top left. It's gone now, that's very good. Now I need to configure the crew names for the commentator's scene. So let's have a look. Okay, interesting. So it looks like I've only got it to work for the game scene, whereas instead I think I want it to be for every scene that's... I also want it to be for the commentator's scene. So let's copy this stuff. Save that. Hopefully that fixed it already, but I kinda doubt it. Okay, so the crew name still shows up. Also got this here, which needs to apply to the commentators as well. And this as well on the commentator's scene. So it should be okay now. The font size still looks a little off. Yeah, the font size is completely different. And also their Twitters aren't showing up anymore, so I don't know what gives with that. Let's find out. Where am I setting the font size to be bigger anyway? Okay, so here we are. Commentators. I think I want the name and the crew to have a bigger font size. That should fix that. But the padding, there's not enough distance between the names. Nor is there any kind of opacity drop. Even though there should be. So this should apply. Oh, it looks like there is an opacity difference. It's just hard to tell. However, the padding is just nowhere near enough. What, the padding isn't even working? What's going on here? So, the person's crew abbreviation, if it's not empty, then apply this. Abbreviation here. It's not being applied. That's quite strange. Why doesn't this match that element? What happens if I remove the not empty part? That shouldn't matter. Let's find so it looks like it's matching it, but the style's not being applied. Have I not refreshed or something? That's interesting. Why isn't this. Select. Oh my god, that's why I haven't got a comma here. Oh, it's like missing semicolons. For me, I only miss commas. Get semicolons every time. Those darn commas. Okay, I think that's pretty good now. Now I just need to add the Twitters back. I don't know where the hell they went, because I already configured them to show up. So let's find out where they went. Oh, that's interesting. So I've set the event to crew battle, and I've told every Twitter to go away during the crew battle, but what I really need to do is that only applies on the between games scene, which I think is called players. They should be back now, hopefully. Cool, there's your Twitters. Ooh, another thing I should add here is the tournament logo, because I've got it on the game screen. But let's put it on the commentator's scene as well. Here we are, so I've set it to do this on the game scene, but I should also do it on the commentator's scene. So I'll remember to put a comma in this time, and replace the word game with commentators. That's interesting, so it's... Okay, I haven't set the left position for the commentators, so I'll grab it to be the same as the singles instead of the doubles position. And copy this again. Okay, so it's the interesting thing is that looks like it's in the middle on the player's scene. I'll show you the player's scene is not symmetric. So if I change this, see how it looks like it's in the middle of the two players, even though it doesn't change position. But it's not actually in the middle. So I wonder whether I should add like a transition for it, even if... Because I need to have a transition if it's not going to be in that exact position. So it should kind of go out to the bottom, probably. So yeah, first let's position it properly. So we don't want to be in the same position as the game scene here. So we'll copy this and move it. Actually, I'll probably put it below the game scene. And let's set the left position, I think, should be 45, because if it's 10 wide, that means it'll be between 45 and 55, and that should be in the center. Yeah, that's in the center. I think it could probably stand to be a little higher as well, higher up. So let's change that as well. Let's make the top to be 45. There we go, that looks alright. I think we just need to add a transition because it doesn't look very good just kind of snapping in two different positions there. The transition I was thinking of is to just make it go out to the bottom of the screen and come back in from the bottom. So let's do that now. So first I probably want to copy probably need both of them, yeah. So I'll copy this and I'll put it down in the transitions section. I think I've already got a transition from bottom. And that's for the transition in class. Actually, I could probably do it just as a general that applies to everything, because even if the element doesn't exist, I don't think it'll cause an error if it's trying to transition something that doesn't exist. So now we just need to have the out transition as well. Oh, and it's out to bottom. So hopefully that should work already. Wait, I didn't refresh. Cool. That looks nifty. Okay. What about the in-between matches scene? Looks pretty bad at the moment. Got a lot of work to do for this. I'm not sure whether I should start work on that now or whether I should just start that next week. I'll probably take a quick break, figure out if there's anything else I want to do on this stream, and I'll come back. Okay, I think what I'll do is I'll try to make it look semi-acceptable on this stream, and then I'll configure it to actually look half decent on the next stream. So let's have a look at it now. So the round name could possibly be in the right position, which is good. That's a good start. Commentators are totally wrong. We've got the location of the players at the bottom there taking up the whole section. So that's probably the worst thing so far. And then we got the scores bunched up at the... I think that's the scores bunched up at the top left there. So, got a lot to fix on this scene. So let's probably start with the player locations. I think I could probably copy that from my old overlay as well. Let's find where I've got this stuff. Okay, we got a lot of very specific things here about the location and what not to display. So I'll probably copy all of them and figure out what's necessary and what's not. Actually, I'll just copy this whole section. This whole bit here could potentially be useful. So where have I got the location on this overlay? I think this probably isn't necessary, just because I don't even have a scene called cameras or cams. We want to make the abbreviations like QLD. I think we want to keep them as uppercase. Oh, interesting. So we got everything that's inside the location section. I've just set to display inline. That could get messy. So I think I'll make all of these specific to the players section for now. Or players scene rather. Where's the... Here it is. So I'll copy that. Just so it doesn't affect anything on the game scene that already looks fine with just the icon. But this should at least make stuff on the player's scene look a little neater. Okay, now we got a whole bunch of junk up here. I have to decipher what all this stuff even means. So we got states, territories. Actually, I think I've even got more than this now because I added provinces of Canada. Gotta have some cool names. I think that's how you spell province. So yeah, it looks like I'm never showing the name of anything other than the country. So it basically says it'll be like QLD, comma, Australia, because I add the comma down here in between each location item. So we got continents, don't display them, states, territory, provinces, only show the name, and for countries, only show, no, sorry, provinces don't show the name, and countries don't show the abbreviation, only show the name. Okay. What about this stuff up here? I'm probably just gonna remove this for now, because that doesn't look relevant. So this is for the scene where the players are, I'm assuming. And basically it says only show the location image that's the most specific. So it's only going to show like the state flag if they set their state. It should be interesting if I like set the state of an American player. It's going to show their state flag instead of their country flag. What I really want to do is make it like super dynamic, so say it'll show the state of an Australian player, but it'll show the country flag of any other person in any country, even if their state is set. So I'm not really sure what query that would entail at the moment. So we're going to leave it like this for now, probably. But I will replace data scene cams to be players. Commentate, yeah, I don't want to show the commentator's location. I think I've already gotten rid of that up the top. And body type, yeah, I've already done both of those too. Okay. Alright, let's see if it looks slightly better. Have a look at the preview. Well, it looks like that worked perfectly. So, for Jace it says Queensland, QLD Australia, and for Ghost it says SA Australia. It doesn't have the icon, but I can add that back later. For now, that doesn't really concern me. What happens if I were to add someone with only a country? So it just says the country name, that's good. What else can I test? So calculus, it'll show United States of America. But if I set his state flag to Utah, I think that's where he was from. Okay. It's going to say UT, comma, United States of America, which is fine. But if I add the state flags or state icons for Australia, it might look a little interesting. In fact, that should already show up on the game scene. Yeah, see, it's got the state flag next to his name instead of the country flag. So that's a little strange. So I'm just going to set that back to the US for now. We'll deal with that later, I suppose. What else can I do on the player's scene for now? So the players look somewhat respectable. I still don't have their social information up yet though. Should I change that first or should I do other stuff? I think that sounds a little more interesting than changing the stuff in the top left, because that's a big mess up there. Don't want to deal with that yet. So to accommodate more information for each player, I'll probably find out where I'm setting the player's position first and make that higher up. Where is the player position? I must have gone past it somewhere. So that's player's scene, but it's referring to the round name instead of the player names. Maybe I haven't set a specific top position for the players on the player's scene yet, so that's interesting. Let's make one then. Now, I was thinking of either doing a separate player card. I'll probably do a separate player card for each player, even in doubles, but I'll keep them the right team color so that you can tell that they're on a team. So instead of styling teams here, I think I want to style each player within the team. So I'll just put it up here for now. Down here, rather. So I'm setting the rounds instead of the players, so that's not good. And I want to get specific players rather than all players. So that'll be this. And I actually need to find where I'm setting the top position of the teams, because that needs to be for the games scene specifically. What have we got? It looks like that's what's happening here. Unless I'm mistaken, I'll probably have to use the inspect element actually. Let's do that. Let's refresh this, it's a little outdated. Okay. I wanted to check the top position of the players or the teams. So it looks like I'm styling the player instead of... Oh, okay. Interesting. So it looks like I set the top value down here. So that's not even scene specific. That is like everybody on every scene set this to their height, which is not good. I need to change that to the players, no, the games scene specifically. Here we are. Yeah, that's a little too general for my liking. Data scene. Okay. So now I can set whatever width, height, top position I want. So I'll grab that and find out where I've got that empty section. Here it is. So I want the width of each player to be probably a little more than 17%, but in doubles it's going to get quite hectic. So I'll set it to 20% for now. The height, it has to be quite high. In fact, I might not even set the height specifically yet. And let's start, instead of 46%, let's start at 30% as the top coordinate. Let's have a look. Okay, cool. So they're higher up now. The left and right positions aren't very correct at the moment. I'm gonna spread out the distance between them probably. So I'll find where I set the left and right positions. Yeah, I should really change these to only be if it's the game scene, because it's going to be completely different on other scenes. Also, there's a double space here, I'll get rid of that. don't need this HTML reference anymore. So I'll save that, and that should stop the left positions from being set. This to be the same as in-game. So I want them to be different in the between games scene. So down here, I want, so for data scene equals players, and yeah, when it's not set to teams, I want the first player to be a left value of like 5%, maybe like 9%, and the second player to be a left value of like 65%. Let's have a look. So actually, what might be a good idea is to have the player info on the right side and like have the player cams on the left side, so it's kind of like the opposite values to what I want. So I want the left value here to be something like 20 and the left value here to be something like 80. Okay, so the left value for the first player is a little too far to the left for now. Okay. That's looking alright. Keyword alright, not looking good, though that is to come later. So now I could make the social information show up, which is probably a good idea. So that includes like Twitter's, YouTube, etc. Also the crew names as well. So let's do that. I suppose let's find out where I'm getting rid of all that social information. So it looks like I'm only making it show up. No, I'm only getting rid of it on the game scene, so why isn't it showing up? Yeah, what gives? Oh, they don't have any. Surely Ghost has a Twitter though, but I might be hiding that elsewhere. Okay, so... Oh, have I set it to crew battles? Have I still got it set on crew battles? I have. That's why it's acting so strangely. So now it should add the Twitters back, which is good. Because yeah, in crew battles I want to show the list of players on each crew instead of information about the player specifically. So that's all good now. And now his crew's back as well. So I probably want to remove the abbreviation from the player's scene. So the crew abbreviation, where's that? Crew. Here we go. So at the moment I'm hiding the full crew name on the game scene, but now I want in the player's scene to hide instead the crew abbreviation. Let's refresh. So now instead of Kanga Kanga Esports, it now just says Kanga Esports. So that's good. So we've got some scoring information up here that we need to get rid of. Well, not get rid of, because we kind of need to move it down here, probably. Interesting, so I've got the losers value. I thought I would have gotten rid of that entirely. So let's copy this. Let's see if I can find the losers value anywhere in the code, which I can't, so it looks like I haven't hidden it yet. I don't know why it hasn't shown up yet if I haven't hidden it yet, but now we know. So now these zeros up here should be gone when I refresh. Alright, cool. Now it only shows the score grid. That looks kind of messed up at the moment as well. And that's going to be hard to fix and style for this scene because there's nothing to go off of. So at the moment during a match scene, this is where the score is. So I'm gonna have to think of another way to represent the score, kind of, in the players scene, because there's no character portrait, except for like here. So maybe I should just like hide the score for now, so it doesn't look like trash. And maybe I should also just hide the commentators for now as well, so they don't look... that doesn't look like trash. Or I should actually have the commentators in the exact same positions as in the game scene. Let's find out where I'm styling the commentators. For the game scene specifically. See how many instances there are. 11 times. So I'm either gonna have to copy this line, -11 times. Yeah, I suppose I could do that. It's actually more like 9 times because two of them were disabled. So let's go players scene should be the same. Okay, cool. That's another instance here. Here, and let's remember to add the comma. Now we got slightly more complicated thing over here. You saying the word WordPress? Because if so, I don't use WordPress, but yeah, this is I'm making stream overlays using web stuff, so this is coding language, CSS. Okay. Is there any more instances of this? Yes, there is. They just keep coming. Okay, I think I got all of them. So now the commentators should look correct. Also, hello, Mellow. Didn't respond to your first comment. Welcome to the stream. What's going on? The commentators... they're hidden off the screen now. What the heck's going on? Did I forget to add it anywhere? Oh, I have an extra comma here. Those darn commas. They're worse than semicolons. For me, anyway. Okay. That still doesn't look great. Didn't really fix much at all. I'll just check whether to see whether I have commas everywhere that I need them. I don't really do commissions for websites. Sorry about that. I've done some in the past, but what are you trying to make anyway? Okay, let's find some other reason why these wouldn't be showing up. Let's inspect, see what's going on here. So I've got data scene is not game. That's interesting. Because I think okay, I see what's going on here. Instead, that should probably be commentators. The commentator scene instead of not the game scene. Nemodos.com. So is it made with WordPress? Is that what you used? Because if you want to try something else, there's other ones like Wix and Squarespace that you can try. It might be a bit easier if you're having trouble with WordPress. Does that mean you're using Wix at the moment? Alright, let's find out where I've got... So... yeah, they're all referring to the commentators here, so let's just replace all of them. And that should be fine now, so if I refresh... That's really interesting what I've got going on up here. That's definitely not what it's supposed to look like, but it doesn't look half bad. And I'll consider leaving that up there so you can see the commentator Twitters in this scene specifically. Yeah, I've got some websites. You can have a look. I'll type my website in the chat. You can have a look at stuff that I've done before. So probably the last thing I want to do here is remove the scores for now, or at least maybe put them in a better position. Thank you for that, Mellow. Okay, scores. Let's see where I'm styling them. So I might actually just move their positions for now. So yeah, here, this looks about right. So if I copy this and set the scene to players instead of game, also set some global values here, position absolute, and a top value of something like 40%. Then this should be okay, hopefully. Okay, let's see how this looks in the preview now. Okay, so the left and right positions for the scores aren't looking great, but everything else is looking half decent, at least. That's the aim of this overlay scene at the moment. I'm gonna make it look more pretty next week, but now I just want to make it look semi-acceptable. So let's adjust these positions. It's probably easier to do it in Inspect Element. So this position's probably alright, but this one is not. This one needs to move significantly. Also, I'm setting the right position instead of the left position, which is probably want to keep everything to be the left position if I can. So, score, let's set left. Actually, I probably just want to make it the same left position as the teams for now. So I think if I got that here somewhere. Yeah, I've got that right here. So I'll just paste that here. And I will paste this one here. Save that. Have a look at the preview now. Refresh. Alright, I don't know why the one and the two are stacked on top of each other on the left. I mean on the right, but on the left they're side by side, so that's quite strange. I'll probably deal with that later. Just for now, I'll show you what the other scenes are looking like, because they're looking a lot better. So that's the in-game scene. We got some scores, commentators, tournament logos, etc. And this is the commentator scene. So just imagine a camera that shows two people there. So the transitions are looking decent between these two scenes as well. But this scene still needs a lot of work. A lot of work. Probably the most work. Maybe not quite. This scene didn't take that much to do. This scene took quite a bit. This scene's probably going to take the most out of all of them. But that should be it for now, I think. So if you enjoyed the stream, make sure to give it a follow so that you can be notified of when I go live next to finish off this scene in particular. Will probably be the next thing that I do. Let's see if I can find someone to raid with my huge viewership count right now. Alright, let's raid Gomez v Pedro. Thanks for watching. Go tell him that StreamEdda sent you and to use StreamEdda. That's it. Help run your stream efficiently.